Hello guys. Welcome to my channel Psychology Point. Today we are talking about the psychology of people with extremely high IQ. So let's start. When we imagine someone with a massive intellect, a very specific character usually comes to mind. We picture a hyper-confident performer who dominates every room, never hesitates, and always has the answer ready before anyone else. Psychology research reveals a different reality. In practice, the behavioral patterns found in those with the highest IQs are frequently misdiagnosed by the people around them as crippling anxiety, indecisiveness, or even antisocial tendencies. A high IQ acts as a resolution upgrade, forcing the mind to compute the world at a detail level most environments can't support. We can analyze this like an operating system with 3 stages: input, processing, and output. Once we break the mind down into these mechanical steps, the difficult traits associated with genius lose their mystery. They emerge as the inevitable symptoms of an engine forced to process reality at an abnormally high resolution. Stage 1 is input, how the system gathers data. In group settings, highly intelligent people often default to silence. They watch, they map out social dynamics, and read the subtext beneath a conversation, gathering massive amounts of subtle data before they ever contribute a word. This high-definition input creates a state researchers call emotional overexcitability, rather than being cold or rational. High IQ individuals often experience art, beauty, and human suffering with an intense, unguarded rawness because they take it more. At a neurological level, this creates a demanding baseline. The prefrontal cortex, the brain center for complex reasoning, requires significantly more complex stimuli to release the baseline dopamine needed to feel engaged. Because of that elevated threshold, they habituate rapidly. Familiar routines and predictable tasks fail to trigger their reward system, causing the signal to drop and leaving behind a sense of chronic restlessness and boredom. Stage 2, processing. The quiet observation in meetings and the restlessness with daily life are physiological responses. The system is reacting to an environment that isn't providing enough raw data to satisfy its baseline. This leads to Stage 2, processing. Neuroscientists found elevated intelligence is driven by constant connectivity across distant regions of the brain. With a network wired this broadly, background processes keep running even during rest, revisiting conversations, building theories, and running mental simulations. Managing this volume of data requires cognitive flexibility. Highly intelligent people treat their beliefs as temporary working theories. When new information arrives, they update the model rather than defending a fixed identity. This flexibility makes them more likely to admit they don't know the answer. They understand the subject deeply enough to see every exception and variable, essentially experiencing an inverted Dunning-Kruger effect, where the more they know, the more they see the uncertainty. What society misinterprets as inconsistency or a lack of confidence is actually a superior cognitive engine running continuous, honest updates on the state of reality. Stage 3, output. The final stage, output, reveals a strange pattern. People who breeze through complex logic puzzles often find themselves entirely unable to start the projects that matter most. This stems from complexity awareness. Before they begin, the brain instantly visualizes every potential flaw and the massive gap between their internal vision and the external reality. The paralysis comes from the presence of too much care, not a lack of it. Analyzing this level of complexity is incredibly cognitively expensive. Constantly running these high-resolution simulations burns through the prefrontal cortex's energy reserves at an accelerated rate. Research from the London School of Economics shows that highly intelligent individuals report lower life satisfaction from frequent social interaction compared to the average person. To prevent the system from overheating, they require vast amounts of solitude to recharge. Procrastination and isolation are often necessary self-regulation tactics. They are the only way for an overworked cognitive engine to cool down and continue functioning. The cost of high resolution. When input is overwhelming, processing never stops, and output is constrained by high standards. The system enters a state psychologist Lita Hollingworth called stimulus poverty, a mind starved for an environment with enough depth to match it. This creates a quiet, persistent sense of being slightly out of sync with everyday social environments. It is the predictable result of experiencing life at a different resolution than people around you. The mechanics show that this brain is working as intended, processing life with almost no filter between the individual and reality. Living with this level of resolution is demanding. Instead of trying to smooth over these traits to fit into a lower resolution world, we can recognize them as the quiet signatures of a profound and powerful mind. Now tell me, do you think you have a high IQ or know someone who does? Drop IQ in the comments and share your experience. Okay guys, take care and don't forget to like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you.